I have been wanting to finish my scrunchie bag for literally weeks. I feel like every time I sit down to go knit, I'm always like, okay, wait, after I finish my YouTube video or after I go make a reel. And then I thought, like, how funny is that? I'm too busy making knitting content to actually knit. My yarn is starting to get tangled up. Friend, this was like the most hectic week of my life, I fear. Work was working, and get this, I spent the whole week planning and scripting my video. I sit down to film the video. I start tripping over all of my words. I go to export the footage on my computer and the files are corrupt. Oh my god, friend, when I tell you, I was like 5 minutes away from a crash. Wait, this was supposed to be a decrease row and I didn't even do the decreases. I'm too busy yapping. But friend, you know what? I started thinking, I have been complaining recently about just not having any time to knit and feeling like all I do is make Instagram videos and YouTube videos. What's the point of making knitting content if I'm never actually gonna knit? I was gonna spend all weekend cooped up in my room making. Maybe that video fell through because I was supposed to do something else. So tonight I'm gonna take myself to a late night tea house. I have been wanting to go forever and I was like, okay, you know what, tonight's the night that I'm gonna go. Felt myself just be so irritated and so short all day today, and I was like, okay, you know what, I just need to take a step back and I'm gonna bring my scrunchie bag along. I'm actually just trying to get to the color change. I'm gonna change the color on the next row. I don't want to bring 3 balls of yarn. Why am I letting knitting stress me out when knitting is supposed to be the thing that de-stresses me, you know? These are the colors that I'm using. I'm using Cascade Sarasota. Tonight at the tea house is experimental groove night. So I don't know what that means, but I'm really excited to go. I just feel like drinking tea and listening to live music and knitting would be the perfect way to reset right now. I am so excited to finish her. This is my second time working through the pattern. This is one of my all-time favorite patterns ever, of all time ever. If we're gonna knit with neutrals, we're gonna make them fun. Of course, I'm gonna have to seam it up and then add the cord, but as far as knitting, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to finish this very, very soon. I'm so excited. I've been working on this whip for like 3 months. Wait, friend, really quick before we go, I have to show you my outfit. So the dress code is cozy AF, like it's literally in the house rule. So I'm wearing my cardigan number 9. It's actually been a year since I've made this. Can you believe it? I'm gonna pack my knitting bag. We gotta get out of here.
A bit of a tart and sticky brightness to the blend as well, but it's anti-viral.
Like the community. Yeah. So
I had the best time at the tea house last night. I fear I might have taken cozy a little too literally. I forgot we're in LA. Overall, I had a really good time, and I was thinking how I was doing stuff, you know, that I could technically do at home. Like, I can listen to music at home, I can knit at home. It wasn't anything spectacular. For me, turning everyday things into an experience really helps with my perspective shift. It reminds me of this quote that I found. You can do it like it's this huge weight on you, or you can do it like it's a part of the dance. That rewired my brain chemistry. I think as of lately, I've just been in such hustle grind mode that sometimes I forget, you know, I have my own limits, and in order to make any substantial change, to make any type of real like moves, I have to, you know, make sure that I'm okay first, and the same way I respect everyone else's boundaries, I have to honor and respect my own. Having to pivot from my original video idea was so upsetting and stressful to me, and I think the old version of me, this would have been, you know, my excuse as to like, oh, I'm not gonna post this week, it doesn't matter. I genuinely want to outgrow this version of me, you know? I think being flexible and not taking something going wrong as the end of the world and thinking of it as just, okay, that means I need to come up with another strategy. It's life, things don't always go to plan, and sometimes, you know, it just is what it is. I don't want to live my life in a way where everything feels like a huge weight. I do want to take the ebbs and the flows as a dance, you know? Plus, it gives me a reason to finish my scrunchie bag. Actually, she's been sitting on the shelf for who knows how long. My baby, I've neglected her for too long. Okay, really quick scrunchie bag update. I'm finally done all the decreases, and now I'm just gonna be knitting for the strap. The pattern says 30 centimeters. I think that's what I did last time, so that's what I'm just gonna do. I don't know if you can see the color change on camera, but I am so obsessed. I'll be finished knitting it, hopefully. Maybe I'll finish it today. Maybe I'll finish it today. I know sometimes it sounds really corny, but when I'm feeling overwhelmed or I feel like nothing's going right in my favor, I find it comforting to write out my thoughts. I also think that writing forces me to reflect in a way that I probably wouldn't if I didn't put my thoughts on paper, and it allows me to really just take a step back and see the situation a little bit clearer. I've always been kind of the person that just wants to get over something really fast to try to minimize my hurt feelings, but genuinely the only way over something is through, and I've often found that when I try to rush my emotions and I don't take the proper time to really work through them and process what happened, it often leads to some kind of resentment, usually towards myself. I have these beautiful oracle cards by Mary Evans, and I like to use these to guide my journaling prompts. Each card is numbered, so you choose a card, and then the number on the card corresponds with the number in the booklet. I find that using these to guide my journaling prompts helps me write with a little bit more intention. Also, I'm able to write about things maybe I wouldn't have written about otherwise. Also, the artwork on this card is really fun. So this is the card that I chose, number 37, the Rainbow Bridge. After you choose the card, you look it up in the workbook. Rainbow Bridge, taking a step into the unknown can feel like falling. If you move towards what you believe to be right, solutions will appear where you wouldn't expect them. What appears out of nowhere to catch your eager feet can be even more wonderful and magical than you could have imagined. You were so brave for making moves that seem dangerous and unpredictable. I believe in you. Being the third eye diva that I am, I quite literally take everything as a sign, but I think it's really special that I pulled a card that's so relevant to what I'm experiencing right now. I found this journal prompt and I feel like it perfectly aligns with the reset vibes this weekend, as well as the Rainbow Bridge. What limiting beliefs are keeping me anchored in my current circumstances? So let me think about this for a little bit, and then friend, I'll come back and share a little something that I write. I had to stop. The view behind me is so beautiful. Wait, friend, really quick parking lot scrunchie update. And after months, my scrunchie bag is finally finished. Of course, I still have to tie everything up with the paracord, but I am in desperate need of a win, so we are just gonna consider this finished. I am so in love. I love this little color change. Wait, really quick before you leave, I want to read you what I wrote at the marina. The prompt was, what limiting beliefs are keeping me anchored in my current circumstances? And friend, this is what I wrote. I find it difficult to understand that I am worthy of having good things happen to me. Years of learned helplessness and insecurity often leave me feeling like, why me, instead of why not me? This feeling is annoying and strange, but mainly annoying. How is it that people less kind, less introspective, feel entitled to the world while I'm trying to convince myself that I'm allowed to experience joy? I really enjoyed writing to that prompt. It forced me to think a little bit deeper about the relationship between perspective and conditions. Think about my perspective and how that's affecting my life, maybe in ways that I don't even realize that it does. Maybe this prompt will inspire your next journaling session. Friend, the only way we're ever gonna make it to where we want to go is if we can survive the journey, and rest is a very essential part of the journey. Something that I've struggled with all the time. But every time I neglect my rest, it shows itself one way or another. Thank you so much for spending this weekend resetting with me. I already feel so much better. I hope you do too. I'll see you next week. Bye.